All right, so moving on to the next segment, I'll be sharing my Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals predictions heading into the Conference Championship Series in both respective conferences. So starting off with the Eastern Conference, we're going to see the second seeded Boston Celtics once again take on the eighth seeded Miami Heat. This is actually the over the last 3 out of 4 years we have seen this matchup in the NBA playoffs, and we've seen this matchup especially in the Eastern Conference Finals. Both teams have, in their own rights, have been the best teams in the East since, I would say, since the 2019 20 no, actually you could say 2018 for the Celtics at least, because they were in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers. But the Miami Heat, they've been the best teams in the East, in my opinion, over the last few years. So once again, the rivalry is renewed. We're going to see this matchup again. This is actually a rematch from last year's Eastern Conference Finals that actually went all the way down to the wire, all the way down to Game 7. But with what I just said, historically, we don't know. This can go 50-50 either way. But ESPN just finds a way to still disrespect and bash the Miami Heat. ESPN analytics continue to disrespect this franchise. They have given the Miami Heat just a 3% chance to advance to the NBA Finals. Meanwhile, ESPN analytics have given the Boston Celtics a 97% chance to make it to the NBA Finals. How? How? If I just said that they've both been the best teams in the Eastern Conference, both, you know what? I just can't. I can't take it with the disrespect of this Miami Heat team. 97% chance is disrespectful. This is the Eastern Conference Finals we're talking about, not the first round, but the Eastern Conference Finals. Something that could go either way. But hey, it's not my analytics. But hey, I'm going with the Miami Heat to win this series. I'm going with them in Game 7 to close it out in hostile territory in Boston. Jimmy Butler has been waiting for this opportunity for a whole entire year to get his revenge on the Boston Celtics and rewrite his mistake that he had last year against this Boston Celtics team. If you guys remember, series was tied 3-3, Game 7 in Miami last year. The Boston Celtics were up 2 minutes ago. It looked like they already punched their ticket to the Eastern Conference Finals. With the last 2 minutes, the Miami Heat rally all the way back, and Jimmy Butler failed to hit that go-ahead game-winning shot. That would have been the go-ahead game-winning shot, in my opinion. From the three-point line, missed the shot with 22 seconds to go, and that was the last gasp that the Miami Heat had. And they were unsuccessful of winning Game 7 and advancing to the NBA Finals last year. So Jimmy Butler has waited a whole entire season to rewrite his wrong. I'm looking forward to how Jimmy Butler is going to respond to his wrong in this series against the Boston Celtics. But I'm going with the Heat because they have all the momentum in the world. They knocked off, first off, the Miami Heat had to go through not one play-in tournament game, which they lost to in the first one to the Atlanta Hawks. Everything happens for a reason. But they had to go play a second game against the Chicago Bulls. So they had to go through two play-in tournament games. Then they went in and knocked off the number one seed Milwaukee Bucks, finished them off in Game 5, winning that series 4-1. Then they went on to play a red-hot New York Knicks team. They took care of business against them as well. They won that series 4-2 in Game 6. So they have all the momentum in the world. They play the better teams, in my opinion, than what the Celtics have seen. The Atlanta Hawks and the 76ers, I do believe that the Bucks, no matter that they got gentlemen swept by us, I do believe that obviously they're the better team than the Philadelphia 76ers. Better overall, all around. And I do believe that the New York Knicks were a better challenge than what the Philadelphia 76ers were to the Boston Celtics. So I do believe that the Heat have faced the better teams throughout the playoffs. But I think one of the reasons why also is the Boston Celtics aren't going to win the series if Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are inconsistent. And they have to be on point from Game 1 all the way up to the series ends if they want to punch their ticket back to the NBA Finals, because they have had inconsistent performances in the playoffs. Have it, yes. You guys remember, like I said in Game 6, like I said in the beginning of the podcast today, that Tatum was cold, ice cold in Game 6 in the first half. Only had 1 point shot, 0 for 10 from the field, and then turned it up for him in the fourth quarter. You can't be inconsistent like that. Jaylen Brown has been inconsistent at times during the playoffs as well. They have to start off good and off on the right foot if they want to have a chance to beat this red hot Miami Heat team that has a ton of momentum right now. But those inconsistent performances have been enough for Tatum and Brown to get past the 7th-seeded Atlanta Hawks and to squeeze by the Philadelphia 76ers. But they don't start off hot. They don't start off on the right foot. It's not going to be enough to beat this red-hot Miami Heat team. But moving on to the Western Conference Finals, we're going to see the first-seeded Denver Nuggets take on the 7th-seeded Los Angeles Lakers. With that being said, I have the Los Angeles Lakers winning the series in 6. Yes, if you guys have been following the podcast this whole entire time, my pick for the NBA Finals were the Denver Nuggets. But as time went on, as I was seeing this Los Angeles Lakers team and how I was seeing the Golden State Warriors in the first round, when those two matched up against each other, I said the winner of that series is going to go to the NBA Finals, and I still stick with that prediction because I feel like the Los Angeles Lakers are riding another team in the playoffs that's riding a lot of momentum right now. I do believe that the Denver Nuggets are just playing the wrong team at the wrong time. The Los Angeles Lakers have been the hottest team in the NBA since the NBA All-Star break and since the NBA trade deadline. They had the best record in the whole entire NBA after NBA All-Star weekend. A healthy LeBron James and a healthy Anthony Davis have made the Memphis Grizzlies look average, like they didn't belong against them in the first round of the playoffs, finishing them off in 6. Then the reigning defending NBA champions and the Golden State Warriors, they didn't have an answer for the Lakers. Like I said in the previous segment, the Lakers blew them out 2 out of 4 games in that series. They made them look average as well. I'm expecting the same defensive strategy that I've seen from Darvin Ham in the first series and especially in the second series that I saw the defensive unit from the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm expecting that in a big time series against the Denver Nuggets. They're definitely going to need all the defensive help they can get. The Lakers did a great job shutting down Klay Thompson. He was MIA. That was not the Klay Thompson that we all know and love, that we've seen transpire into being one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. Game 4, Game 5, Game 6, Klay Thompson did not look like himself, and that was thanks to the defensive play that the Los Angeles Lakers had against him. And they also took away a long lost Splash Brother in Jordan Poole. They took away his confidence. They took away his heart. They took away his soul in that series. Jordan Poole was not even an X factor at all in the series, and Steve Curry basically gave up on him during this series. That's how great defensively the Los Angeles Lakers were during that series. And they limited to only Steph Curry, making Steph Curry beat them. Steph Curry did not have enough help offensively to get past the Los Angeles Lakers. Nobody really could step up for him, but that was due to the defensive play that the Los Angeles Lakers had. So, like I said, Heat in 7, Lakers in 6. And that's going to set up, hopefully to me, that's going to be my prediction, to set up an interesting 2020 NBA Finals rematch between the Miami Heat and the Los Angeles Lakers. But let's see how this plays out. Those are my Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals predictions for both respective conferences.